Good evening. I hope we find you well on this sunny day. So we start off with the usual way, our hymns. Sweetheart of Jesus, fount of love and mercy, today we come, thy blessing to implore. Oh, touch our hearts, so cold and so grateful, and make us love thee more and more each day. Sweetheart of Jesus, I implore, oh, make us love thee more and more. Sweetheart of Jesus, make us pure and gentle, and teach us how to do thy blessed will, to follow close the print of thy dear footsteps, and when we fall, sweetheart, oh, love us still. Sweetheart of Jesus, we implore, oh, make us love thee more and more. That's lovely. There's Sacred Heart of Jesus. Hail, Queen of Heaven, the ocean star, guide of the wanderer here below. Thrown on life's surge, we claim thy care. Save us from peril and from woe. Mother of Christ, star of the sea, pray for the wanderer, pray for me. O gentle, chaste, and spotless maid, we sinners make our prayers to thee. Remind thy Son that he has paid the price of our iniquity. Virgin most pure, star of the sea, pray for the sinner. Pray for me. There you are, blessed mother. Up there and keep an eye on things. Yeah, keep an eye on blessed mother. Now here we are. A lovely day today, isn't it? How are you getting on? I had a busy enough time, yes. Excusez-moi, s'il vous plaît. I was tired. Now, yesterday, I had a busy day, my birthday. I dined for my lunch in the Headford Arms in Kells. I proceeded then up to Navan. I parked the car in the New Grange Hotel sometime after 2. And then I had to go up to town with a couple of chores that I had to do. I bought a nice 4 classical records, totaling 100 different things and lovely, but one was cracking on the machine. So I brought it up to see was there something wrong with it, but there wasn't. And he told me to clean the needle with a cloth that you might have with your glasses and do it anti-clockwise, just gentle. And that should solve the problem. And I thanked him very much. And I checked 1 or 2, but I had to walk in the shade. It was that hot. That was now yesterday. I think it was 25 degrees or something. It was roasting. And so I checked into the hotel. I got my room 309 up on the 3rd floor. Very nice. Nice big room, double bed. So I a bit of a rest. My friend Oliver was calling. He did call even a bit earlier than I would have liked because I was just tired. So anyway, see, we wanted to buy something up in Beachmount Garden Centre, so he wanted me to go along. So off I went. And you want to see the traffic. You think you were in Dublin or something. Couldn't live in Dublin in a fit because you can't go anywhere with the blinking traffic. So anyway, I went to Beachmount Centre, but I remember now when I got there that myself and my late wife Judy used to go there. But they were expensive, I thought. And we wanted to buy a few fruit trees, but they were fairly expensive. They were well on, so they were around €50 each. So we didn't want to. So I bought a couple of raspberry bushes and blackcurrant, I think, or two. So that cost them 22 or 23 or something. And they put it in a bag for him and mentioned that the fella mentioned that you could cut something and put it in the soil. So he reckoned he'd take the bag and put the whole lot in the soil. So that's for Kerry. So yes, and he has said he had 60 maple trees. The buds or whatever you call it planted, and they'll come up in a few years. And they're up there at around €60. They're very expensive. So you should do all right when they come up in a few years. Time marches on, doesn't it? So then we had to come back. He was asking about the restaurant, and I didn't want to go to any restaurant there. So there was the one said there was one near where Supervalue was across the way. That Supervalue was closing. It never did that well. I think the management was peculiar because we shopped there years ago. Now and again, and they were a threat. They didn't have a clue how to treat staff or treat customers even. So they're closing. And when they wouldn't talk about the restaurant, he drove up and see it was closed. So I said, "There you are, a waste of time. You better come to the hotel." So that's what he did, and he was able to bring the car in and park it. And he had a bun, cloudy bun, or whatever you call it. There was a nice bit of ice cream with it on both sides, and I had some kind of there was lovely fruit in it, and fruit and something else. But it was very nice. They were both $7.50, and mine was lovely fruit in it. Nice cream. I totally enjoyed it. And then we had 2 pots of tea. The small pots, and they were in a nice china and a light on the table, and not have to be plugged in. They had a system there. I remember seeing earlier on a girl in the restaurant that attended to us, and staff was very friendly. He took a couple of photographs, and he got one of the girls that were sending very friendly, and she took one of the two of us. So we had a little record of our repast because these are important little events. I have a great record over the years of all the things that happened. I have one over there, a picture over there where I'm in front of Notre Dame Cathedral, and that's was the day that I got Mass inside in the Holy of Holies when I was going in to visit it, and I mentioned to the person that was checking, and I said, "What time is Mass on in the morning?" "Hold on," he says, and he gave me an invoice, a letter, $10 in the where where the tourists don't go. So I obeyed that, and I got Mass. There was only one other man there, I think a diplomat, and yours truly. And there was priests like they were dressed in cassocks, they were like monks. Quite a few there, so it was lovely to get the Mass like that. And of course, then they had the fire there. Now it's been done up, but now it's the altar that they have is absolutely a disgrace. It's a lump of steel with water coming. I don't know what to make of it. Anyway, so but now I had a grand day yesterday, and the heat was something that's when I was going about to walk in the shade. Yeah, and then I visited my late wife's cousin, um, Peggy, and she lives in a very nice house, a detached house in Navan, just out on the what they call it, the road going to be going towards up towards Nobber or those places. Just what it just she's in the town. Turn left and there's some houses, nice houses, and she's in a kind of a cul-de-sac just as you open around. And very handy to get to, and beautiful house, 4 bedroom detached house, and she has it lovely. And there were some lads supposed to come and be doing some with tiles. She says the tiles in the kitchen. And I said, what's wrong with them? They look all right. Oh, she said something about cracked or something. Anyway, she get new tiles, and then there's a bit of a gap, or not a gap, a bit of a barrier down. She's getting that out. It should be brighter than the kitchen. She's a big kitchen. Oh, lovely. And she's getting a new cooker. The cooker, she has it for a good few years. I think 18 years, she said. And now she's getting a new one. So we had a grand chat and a glass of wine too. A couple of lovely sandwiches and a chat. So I called at 7. I left about 10 and back to the hotel. And I didn't dine there or do anything. Upstairs I went. The lift up on the 3rd floor. And so I had a good sleep, thank God. I was glad this morning. So today then, I think it was 25 degrees today. Or 27 I saw on the blink. I couldn't believe it. We never had a summer even as hot as that. Yeah, 1 year it never got below, I never got above 14 degrees. It was the coolest winter summer of all time. But there's not been much rain. There's a blue sky out there now. So I'll have to water the flowers later. I thought that there was a bit of rain there in Easter. It's badly needed. But there hasn't been any rain since or any sign of it. You do need a bit of rain to just the reservoirs. Dublin to be having to be shortage of water there because of so many houses and probably even in other places. But I have my own well. But still, if it's not rained, I'd have to wash that. But I think it never failed. Yeah, thank God. So enjoy the rest of your evening. You know, we don't get weather like this in April usually. It turns a bit chilly in the evening, but not a sign of this. I'm looking at the computer here and it says, let me see, 22 degrees. Thank you very much. How's your father? Yeah, 22. Bye now.